What's up, guys? Welcome back to Say Mojo Homestead, where we have tightrope walking going on.
Hey, whatever entertains him. I'm good with it.
All right. He also dressed himself today.
Yes.
Disclaimer, if he does show up like full body in the video.
Yeah. He
That's all I'm
came
gonna
out
say.
very proud.
But anyways,
He's got his Clemson pants on.
anyway.
It's okay.
So welcome back. If you are new with us, welcome. If this is your first time, we are so glad that you are here. If you're returning, we are very glad that you're here too. Welcome back to the family.
Yes.
And just what we're doing out here on Say Mojo.
Yep. So today we thought we would do a fall garden tour. A lot of people, I think, underestimate the fall garden. So
Yes.
I think we need to give it props. I love a fall garden. We also have an aphid problem. We're going to tell you a little bit about how we treat aphids and show you what they look like in case you don't know, and what to look for on your plants so you can identify that in your garden.
Yes, on brassicas, they are excellent at hiding.
Yes.
In the summertime, we have a bigger issue with them on beans and stuff like that. They're pretty easy to identify there.
Yeah.
We'll just jump right into it. One dead giveaway on beans or anything else in the summertime are there's usually ants present.
Yes.
And we'll throw out a fun fact here in a second.
So we're going to start in our salad garden. I love salads. I love having access to kale, and we have some spinach in here. The spinach is great also because the kids really enjoy having spinach in their smoothies when it's that baby spinach. We also have our broccoli here. We like to use our broccoli leaves as collards, to replace collards. You can saute them, you can boil them. There is a pest that will take out these plants. We've had some problems with slugs eating our kale. So the way we kind of handle that in our garden is with Sluggo. We use this because it's approved for organic gardening, and the main ingredient in it is iron. That's what kills the slugs, and they are attracted to it, they ingest it, and they die.
All right, so next section we have cabbage, purple cabbage, and behind me we've got some white or green cabbage, collards, cauliflower, and then kohlrabi that has started coming up. And then I don't know why I'm always so excited about rainbow chard, because we don't really use it that much, but I'm really excited about these. These are like super big bases, which are just really nice. I love the color in the garden. I think that's why I get so excited about it. And we like it. It's not that we don't like it. We just kind of forget that we have it sometimes. So yeah, those are really nice. Just a little pop of color out here to make our garden look that much prettier. One thing I did want to point out is all those onion starts we got about 150 to 200 onion starts. We planted them in between a lot of the things that are in these rows. The reason is because they don't need a lot of space to grow. So all of these things are big leafy plants. Those onion greens are going to be able to get up tall and find their way in between those plants, and the bases are not going to be affected by the cover that a lot of these leaves on these other plants are going to provide. So good way to really take advantage of a smaller space, if you are in a smaller space, is to find those little nooks and crannies in between some of your bigger vegetables to plant things like onions or garlic.
So let's chat aphids. We garden organically, so as an organic gardener, you're going to want to be checking your plants and being in your garden as often as possible. And the way you check for aphids is you just want to look under your leaves, and you'll see them hanging out on the leaves. Nasty little things. So the way we handle aphids in our garden is with neem oil. You can get neem oil that has other fillers in it. You really want to make sure you get just pure neem oil to use in your garden if you're gardening organically. The way you want to apply neem oil in your garden is it's a spray. Some of them you dilute, Some of them you don't. Just read your directions, and you want to spray it directly on the aphids. Neem oil is not like BT where you just spray the plant and that will kill them. You have to get the oil actually on the pests because it actually suffocates the pest and will kill them, but it will not work if it does not get on them. So you have to get underneath the leaves and spray them with the oil. This is an oil. It can burn your plants, so you need to make sure that you apply it when the sun is not out. You do not want to apply the oil to the plant in the harsh sunlight.
So I'm gonna get some sage planted. We really like having sage because we like making our own sausage. And as the name says, you gotta have sage for sausage. But we are over here in the herb garden. So this is kind of our kitchen herb garden. We've got marjoram, oregano, chives. Our thyme is actually not over here. It is in our little courtyard area where the bird bath is, as we use that as a ground cover over there. We do have fennel, which I am really impressed with this year. That bulb has exploded this year. There are probably 5 or 6 like good sized plants coming up. And then we have purple fennel in the back there. And then rosemary tucked in behind that tree. So yeah, this is just kind of a fun little area. We did it at the base of the tree to kind of create a little, I don't know, I feel like it creates a little whimsical atmosphere to it. But while I get these planted, I wanted to tell you guys that fun little tip. Many of you may know this, you may not know this, but going back to mainly in your summer garden, if you notice ants crawling all over one of your plants, particularly like beans, I've seen them a lot on okra, that is a really good sign that you've got aphids. The reason is because ants, particularly those pesky fire ants, if you have them in your area, will climb up there and protect those aphids. It is a symbiotic relationship that they have. So the aphids will sit there and suck all that sap out of your plants, and the ants will actually go up and protect them, because what the ants are doing is they're also milking, is what it's called, those aphids. So they essentially just kind of like rub on the aphids and massage them with their antennas, which causes them to secrete the leftovers from the sap, which is where honeydew comes from, because that's actually what honeydew is. And so the ants are causing them to secrete that. They collect it and take it back to their home. So they're guarding those guys while they're doing it and protecting those aphids from any pest that may come. So, you know, it's a cool relationship. It's horrible that they work together. But that is one dead giveaway that you've got aphids on a plant. Again, mainly in the summertime. I've never really noticed that going on as we get into the fall and winter, probably because it cools down and ants are less active.
So we are now in my favorite part of the garden, the raised bed section. We succession plant. So what you're going to see in these is root vegetables. We have carrots and radishes. And then because we succession plant, we have some smaller ones in the back coming up. We also have sweet peas or sugar snap peas. They are my favorite to put on a salad or in a stir fry. I love them. In this other raised bed, we have some onions that we actually planted before we got those onion starts. So these are a little farther along. And we have some mustard, and we also have some more sugar snap peas in the back. We have our other 2 raised beds. Now, if you remember in the summer, we had a hard time growing in these raised beds. We bought soil. It just wasn't great. We got some new soil from a friend, and you can see they're doing fabulously. These are more carrots that are farther along. This is a really fun yellow cauliflower plant, but I can actually see the yellow cauliflower forming in the center. So that's really fun that that's starting. I'm excited to try it. I'm assuming it's going to taste the same, just be more interesting to look at maybe. I don't know. But then also we have more radishes. These are probably about ready to harvest. This was our first planting of radishes in this bed, the ones that are back here. We've actually already harvested some. And then in front here we have Brussels sprouts. And then in the back we have some baby Brussels sprouts. We did succession plant these. And I have to say, I'm very excited about these because Jeremy said this is our last attempt. Like, they don't do well this year, we're not doing them again. So I'm happy to say they are thriving. But it's also time for another planting in this bed.
The very last section of our garden is my favorite. This is kind of the patio fun area. This is where the thyme is planted, but all of these arched areas back here, we've got a bunch of different things. We've got broccoli back here. We have collards, cauliflower, more cabbage, and the rest of our onions are kind of over here as well. So that kind of rounds out the rest of the garden.
And now turn it on. So another thing to know about aphids is that daddy longlegs actually eat them. So if you see daddy longlegs on your plants, that's a good sign that you are protected from aphids. Joe's gonna go find daddy longlegs to put in the garden now.
Oh, perfect.
I know.
Aphid hunters.
Yes.
So yeah, that's our garden tour and how everything is doing right now. So overall, everything's really good. There's a couple of things that, I wish we're doing a little bit better, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
And some tips and tricks and treatment methods for those garden pests that show up this time of year.
Yes.
So,
yeah. So highs and lows?
Highs and lows.
Okay. I'll go first this time.
Okay.
So my high is that I have designed a homestead planner and record keeper, and I've had kind of this vision of it since last January. And the person that was going to make it for me just got super busy, wasn't able to, and I was kind of challenged to do it myself or not do it this year. And it's something I really wanted for me and to offer to people who want to homestead or do homestead. So I kind of just decided to jump in and do it myself. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the way it came out. And I'm excited to have it available for people that are planner people but want a affordable option for a homestead planner. So
she did a great job on it. It looks really good. I haven't really seen the final product, but from what I've seen, it looks good.
I had fun.
So I think it'll be
Probably too much fun.
Yeah. But I do think it's going to be one of those things that's going to be very helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So yeah. What about your low?
My low was that Joe was still kind of dealing with a cough and not sleeping well. It kind of just threw everything off for him. So that was probably my low.
Yeah, that was not a lot of fun because he did not sleep well the whole first half of the week. So
no, and it's hard for me when I don't sleep well, and I'm not 5, so
yeah. So my low, I'll start with my low, is I was pretty sick Wednesday. So that's never going to be very high on the list of good things that happened during the week.
Right.
I was down in bed all day long. And so that was just not fun at all. My high, other than that, I feel like the week was pretty good. So
yeah.
I think there was just a lot of little highs kind of throughout there. We had our Christmas drop-in that our church does every year last night. Got to go to that. That was a lot of fun. This sun in my face that just came out from behind the clouds is not a high. But yeah, got to do a couple of projects. I know what my high was.
What was your high?
We, I think, have a new subscriber that was someone that I did a project for this week.
Oh, fun!
So, Josh, if you're watching this, thanks for subscribing. It was definitely a highlight of the week. He stayed out, kind of helped me with the project. We were just planting some trees along the edge of the property and started talking homestead stuff. And so that was just a lot of fun. I always like getting to talk homestead stuff with people and, just raising your own meat and really going, talking more along those lines. So that was a lot of fun.
That's fun.
It made work not work at all. So
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, we just want to thank you again for joining us on this journey. Please share us with people that you think would be interested in what we're doing here. And also, if you have any advice for aphids in the garden, be sure to comment. We would love to hear what you do. And again, if you like this content, be sure you hit that like button, help us out. But I hope you guys have a great week and be blessed.